Hello everyone, welcome back to another Starships 2.0 tutorial. This time I'll be covering reactors and power couplings. Reactors and power couplings are necessary pieces of equipment that revolve around a resource called power dice. Power dice are a consumable resource used to fuel certain deployment features. I've touched on deployments before in the play tutorials. They function similarly to character classes, but their explanation isn't necessary for deciding your ship's reactor or power coupling. Anyways, power dice change in size with your ship's tier. At tier 0, your ship has a power die size of 1, meaning that whenever you'd roll a power die in a tier 0 ship, the result is always a 1. At tier 1, the power die size becomes a D4. At tier 2, it becomes a D6. At tier 3, it becomes a D8. At tier 4, it becomes a D10. And at tier 5, it becomes a D12. On to the actual equipment part of this tutorial. I'll start by explaining reactors. Your ship's reactor determines how many power dice your ship regenerates at the start of its turn. Much like armor and shields, there are 3 different reactors to pick from. The fuel cell reactor is your bog standard reactor. It has no effect on fuel consumption, and it regenerates 1 power die at the start of your ship's turn. The ionization reactor decreases the consumption of fuel, but has a 50% chance to not regenerate a power die at the start of your ship's turn. This reactor multiplies the fuel consumption for your ship by 2/3, and it regenerates 1d2-1 power dice at the start of your ship's turn. The power core reactor increases fuel consumption, but always regenerates 1 power die at the start of your ship's turn, and has a 50% chance to regenerate 2 power dice instead. This reactor multiplies the fuel consumption for your ship by 3/2, and it regenerates 1d2 power dice at the start of your ship's turn. When your ship regenerates a power die, you get to decide what storage it goes into. Where you can store your power dice is dependent on your ship's power coupling, which is what we'll talk about now. Power couplings determine how many power dice your ship can have stored up at once. Power dice can be stored in central storage or in one of 5 systems. These systems are communications, engines, sensors, shields, and weapons. Power dice stored in central storage can be used in any system, but power dice stored in a specific system can only be used by that specific system. For example, a gunner using the crippling shot gambit needs to expend a power die from the weapons system. So they can expend a power die from the weapons system storage or from central storage, but they can't expend a power die from the communications system storage. Much like with reactors, we have 3 choices for power couplings. The direct power coupling can hold a maximum of 4 power dice in central storage. The distributed power coupling can hold a maximum of 2 power dice in each system storage, for a total of 10 power dice overall. The hub and spoke power coupling combines aspects of the previous 2 power couplings. The hub and spoke power coupling can store a maximum of 2 power dice in central storage and 1 power die in each system storage, for a total of 7 power dice overall. And that's it for this video. I hope you found it helpful and informative, and I'll see you on the next one.